Good morning. So I have some tests that I took. Everything was looking pretty good, and I'm not really sure what's going on. So I'm just gonna give you a little scoop here. I am taking another first response test, but I did get this morning, which was really, really exciting. Made me feel really good. Now, here's my test progression. And you see I've got 3 different brands here, but the lines are, they were getting darker, and then it seemed like, I don't know what's going on, but these are the most recent ones that I've taken. I just took the bottom 2 there, and it seems like the lines are getting fainter, and I'm really concerned about that. Let's use that as a comparison. You see the line was much darker. Maybe it's just, I had too much to drink yesterday, but the fact that I was able to get this morning. But as you can see, my first response is turning positive pretty quickly. I will show you the progression that I've had on those as well. So here's that. So as you can see, the line got crazy dark this morning. I would have liked to have seen it darker, but compared to yesterday's and then today's, it's quite a bit darker. Now, I don't ever test with first morning urine myself because it's never darker with my first morning urine for some reason. All right, so I started recording while the test was progressing, and it does look like the line is possibly going to be lighter, but I won't know until it sets for about 5 minutes when it's like completely done. But it does look like it's going to be fainter than it was earlier today. The same with these. I will throw this brand down there to show you the line comparison. But you can see it almost seems like it's fading off, and I really am hoping and praying that this is just because I drink too much water, or I don't want anything to be wrong with these embryos. I'm really looking forward to this pregnancy progressing and this being it. Be honest, I'm kind of scared because it's Sunday and they're not even going to test me for pregnancy until Friday. It's a very long time to wait, and I'm not a very patient person, especially when there's the question whether the pregnancy is doing good or not. I'm really hoping that the babies are doing fine. If there are 2, even if there's 1, I'm okay with that. I just want to make sure that everything's good. I'll probably call them and see if I can't get them to let me do a blood draw tomorrow. But honestly, I think if it is still declining, I will know by tomorrow, regardless. It's going to show you another set of tests that I did and show you the comparison here. So this was yesterday's and this is today's. Again, yesterday's and today's. There's not a whole lot of difference between those 2, but you can still see there is a difference. But there's a significant difference between these 2. Anyway, I will keep you guys posted, and hopefully everything is fine. Hi guys, so I'm going to go ahead and take another test. My urine seems to be a little less diluted, so I'm really hoping that everything will turn out pretty good, give me the results that I'm looking for. So just bear with me here. All right. here, so I'm going to go ahead and take one of these as well. Oh gosh, really hoping I get the results I'm looking for here. Go ahead and round. Okay, the wand flow looks like it's doing a little something at least. That's good. Because earlier it definitely wasn't producing a line that quickly. So I'm guessing it's gone back up. Of course, this one before the Mohamed was producing a line like right after it got to the control line. So I'm not sure what's going on with that one. I want to double test this theory. I'm going to go ahead and grab a first response test. I don't know if any of you guys ever test as much as I do, but I just absolutely have to know. I wish they would have let me do a blood test, and that would have been very helpful, because I wouldn't have to be sitting here wondering. All right. Okay. Okay, so the last one for result I got was that one. Okay, the first response is definitely developing a line already. Why this camera does this. Okay, gonna grab the most recent Mohamed one that I did, which is that one. I'm a little concerned because this one here is my most recent first response, and it's not looking like it's going to be as dark. The one flow looks like it might be getting a little darker, but it's pretty much done. I think that was the darkest one I have gotten so far. Go ahead and move these under, because I like to do them kind of like in a process. That way I don't get them mixed up. Because I always put the most recent one on the bottom. That's certainly disappointing. It's even the one that I did last night, or sorry, no, it was first thing this morning, was definitely darker. I just really hope this isn't a bad thing. Okay, so only time will tell. I'm gonna see if I can't get in and get a blood draw tomorrow. I don't think that the fertility clinic is gonna be willing to let me go in until Friday, which I think is kind of ridiculous at this point. Especially since I've got my positive pregnancy test, I should be allowed to go in. I know that my family doctor or my OBGYN would be more willing if I didn't have an IVF doctor involved. If I had just naturally got pregnant, they would be all over it. So, just really concerned. We'll see what it looks like later. Okay guys, you know I was freaking out a little bit earlier. I went ahead and done some more tests here. I'll show the update. So you can see I just took these two because I wanted to make sure, like comparing apples to apples, that they were in fact getting darker. And if you look compared to earlier, it is definitely darker. Same thing with the single Wanfo, it's almost the same as it was before this morning, which is good. It's very close to the same shade. Now, I went ahead and I took some of these because they don't seem to be as sensitive, and the one that I had yesterday was like this, and the one I took again this morning was the same shade. I took this one next. I don't exactly have them in order. I just dipped this one. It's still kind of working through, but it looks like it's going to be about the same shade. And I took that one at about the same time. I took the Wanfo and the Momed one. I'm going to go ahead and do the Equate. It's supposed to be early result, but honestly, what I've noticed with the pink cap Equate one, they are not even nearly as sensitive as the blue cap ones. They're kind of crap, but they still work. They're just not as sensitive. I would say that these measure, I'd say maybe 25 MIU, but I'm not exactly sure. Now, one thing I did notice with, looking up instructions and facts on Clue Blue, their digital tests are supposed to measure 25. So the fact that I was able to get a positive on that this morning tells me that my levels are at least a 25. Now this morning my mom was telling me to remain calm and not stress or worry about anything, but I told her I'm not gonna stop worrying until my baby's born and in my arms. And I said, but even then, I'm never gonna stop worrying. Honestly, as a parent, you just never stop worrying about your children. It sure is taking a while on this one. And this is why I don't really like this brand, because even when I took the clear blue, which I think they said is an 8 MIU, it showed up pretty much immediately before the control line even started developing. This one is going to show something, it's just taking its time. Okay, there I'm starting to see a little bit of a test line. It's still faint, kind of crazy. Now when I took the blue cap one with the plus symbol, I got a positive line before it got to the control line as well. I'm just really surprised that there's such a huge variation between the two tests. Okay, so back to tender needs. There we go. Nice developing lines. It's almost like this one's even going to be fainter. I don't see it doing a whole lot. Might give it a little bit more time, it might. Alright, now to compare the two, just to give you kind of an example. Blue cap, way more sensitive. I do not recommend the pink cap ones at all. If you're on a budget, definitely stick with the blue one, because you're going to be spending more money on the pink ones with all the false negatives you're going to get with those. Honestly, they've given you false positives in the past, I'm sure, because they have certainly given me false positives in the past. Let's compare the Mom Med one. The lines are very similar. Now, the Wanfo. All very, very close.